Welcome to Beyond Overeating by Wholesome Lifestyle Project, the Overeating podcast, where I'll be showing up weekly to share with you what I've learned during my binge eating recovery, helpful tools such as yoga, mindfulness, and energy medicine. My name is Stel, and my purpose is to inform and educate so that you can fast track your recovery in healing your relationship with food and finally trust yourself around the peanut butter jar. Join me as I share top tips, my struggles and triumphs to help inspire or just entertain. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you if you can't stop overeating. That's why I'm here to guide you along the way. Welcome back to another episode of the Beyond Overeating podcast by Wholesome Lifestyle Project. If you are watching this video live, you'll notice that I'm rugged up. It is really cold here. I'm your host, Stel Coombe-Heath, binge and emotional eating recovery specialist, showing up every week no matter what the weather. And today I'm excited to talk about our food zombie brain versus a healthy brain. And if you didn't listen to last week's episode, go and have a little listen to that, because that was really just understanding how the unconscious mind really drives our behavior and how it wants us to stay in a loop of self-sabotage or just not taking our recovery seriously. If you're new to the show, I'd love for you to also hop on, go listen to some of the earlier episodes. That's really going to just give you a little bit of a background, because we talk a lot here about the brain and how it actually affects our eating. And this is something that you can really start working on for yourself. So welcome to the show if you're new. Thank you everyone for your reviews. They have been absolutely amazing. Next week I might read out one or two of those reviews. I just really, truly appreciate your support. So I'd love to get started today just with a quick, it's a very small bite-sized binge tip today. And we're talking about the disordered eating brain, or what I like to call food zombie brain. So go and look out for my episode titled "Who Are the Food Zombies?" That is such a good episode for you to just understand the different ways that our survival brain, the hypothalamus, leads us into binge eating. So our food zombie brain often says that we deserve unhappiness, that we deserve misery, we deserve to hate our bodies, and we deserve to be rejected. It actually fuels us into the fear that we will be rejected. And it keeps saying things like, you need to be thin to be accepted. You need to, be on this strict eating plan to be with the in crowd. You need to have no cellulite to be loved. Whatever this brain says to you, it really tries to bring you down, because it knows that the easiest way that you're going to soothe yourself is with food. So this brain is okay with you starving yourself, because the reward is the binge, and the binge is extremely rewarding. It's okay with self-deprivation, and it's all because it wants us to eventually get back into that reward, which is the binge. I call this brain the food zombie brain, as I explained it. And the food zombie brain is really just a part of that survival brain that keeps us in a loop, a pattern of behavior. And that pattern of behavior for you might be eating. That pattern for you might be starving yourself. That pattern for you might be purging in whichever form you possibly partake in. And all these patterns is something that we have developed over time. It becomes a habit, something that you don't even have to think about it. We want to start working ourselves up into a healthy brain. And that's the part that really wants to keep us alive. The healthy part of our brain Not that there's anything wrong with the survival part of the brain. That is always there to help us, and unfortunately it is just built on repetition and behavior. But our frontal cortex in our subconscious, or more conscious, is where we want to be in a healthier mindset. The healthier mindset knows that we are doing our best. The healthier mindset knows that we need to adopt more of a healthy mindset with food. And the only way to start doing that is to start changing your beliefs. And Abraham Hicks says a belief is just a thought that is repeated over and over again. So when it comes to switching our food zombie brain to a healthy mindset with food, we need to start using words like, I deserve to eat. I deserve to be loved. I deserve acceptance. I deserve joy, kindness, and happiness. I deserve to have an amazing body and accept my body right as she is right now in this moment, because right now she is perfect. So it's easy for us to be stuck in the food zombie brain, but you don't have to stay there. The sooner you realize you have a choice to shift your mind from that old mindset, that old behavior pattern, and become conscious of the thoughts that you have around it, the emotional reactions that you have to your thoughts, and how those emotions and thoughts drive your behavior. That is how we can then start shifting and creating small shifts. And that is an amazing gift. So every day you have a choice which brain you would like to feed. So in saying that, I've been talking a lot about rewiring the brain and rewiring this type of thinking. So I would love to just announce my new program called Rewire Your Emotional Eating Brain. And this is an 8-week program where we will delve deep into your thoughts and your emotions, keeping you stuck in overeating habits. We will use tools such as cognitive behavioral therapy and psychoeducation. This is the leading evidence-based treatment for emotional eating and other eating disorders. These approaches help an individual understand the interaction between his or her thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and develop strategies to change unhelpful thoughts and behaviors in order to improve mood, functioning, and in this case, behaviors with food. We'll cover things like challenging dietary rules. And this involves identifying rules and challenging them and with certain behaviors. Completion of food records to see how foods affect you physically, emotionally, and mentally. To build on tools to help you replace all or nothing thinking and self-sabotage. We develop strategies to prevent binge eating. We also do certain things like meal planning, mindfulness, just really getting into the basics of understanding your, kind of your essence and your personality with food. We use psychoeducation to understand what maintains disordered eating patterns and the psychological and medical consequences. So what this looks like is this is broken down into 3 main parts. And this is part of my binge-free blueprint. Binge-free blueprint is made of three pillars. The first pillar is heal your relationship with food. And in this section, we will understand your current relationship with food and set some goals that are achievable for you to stop binging or stop your negative eating behaviors. We get into understanding how to plan meals, understanding how your body needs to be fed biologically so that you don't fall into traps of binge eating. We then get into phase 2, which is healing emotional wounds. Here we understand emotional hunger and negative self-talk. We cope with your emotions present or past, and we nourish your mind and body without food. Phase 3 is building habits that last. And this is really understanding how to stop self-sabotage and learn to indulge without being triggered. So if you are sick of going on a diet or yo-yo dieting, or just feeling lost in how to maintain a healthy relationship with food and your body, this is the program for you. I'd love for you to apply. In the show notes, I'll put the link there. And I would love for you to also sign up for my weekly free yoga sessions on Inside Timer. I've recently been asked to partner with Inside Timer as an expert in emotional and binge eating recovery, as well as my body positive yoga. So I'd love for you to come and join me. Go look for me on Inside Timer, Stel Coombe-Heath. Go and find my live events. There's some of my meditations on there as well. Go and really sign up to those events, and I will see you there for some amazing yoga. My last announcement for today is I'm building a beautiful experience for you to understand how to ditch your dieting and move into a space of healing. So more details about that as I work through this. However, let's get started with rewiring your emotional eating brain. This program is really just going to help support you in the best form. So there's no time like the present. Waiting is not creating. I heard that from Joe Dispenza, and I think that is just so true. Sitting around wishing your life will change is not going to make a change. Hoping and fumbling through the dark on different eating plans and looking for different things is not going to get you in the right direction. You need someone who has been there and someone who can support you along the way. So apply by clicking the link below, and I will see you there. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget to share this with all your friends. You can do this by adding this to your Instagram story and tagging me at Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or by simply telling them about it. If you could rate and review on whatever platform you are listening, this will go a long way in helping me get this podcast out there so that I can share my message and help as many women out there struggling with food issues as I can. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram on Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or connect with me on LinkedIn. My name's Stel Coombe-Heath, and that's where you'll find me on LinkedIn. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.